award-winning Hollywood stars and one of my favourite comedians. Oh, excuse me, I'm desperate to go to the toilet. Let's start the show! Show for you tonight, a hot Oscar favourite for her new film, Still Alice, the wonderful Julianne Moore is here. Yes. From the critically acclaimed Martin Luther King biopic, Selma, Cuba Gooding Jr. is on our show. One of my favourite comedians, Bill Bailey, he's here. And be still my beating feet, the Lord of the Dance himself, Michael Flatley, is in the building. He is. Plus, we've got beautiful music from Gregory Porter and Laura Mvula. Yes, we have. Oh. I'm so unfit. I'm still gasping from that, like, 2 seconds of dancing. Listen, we loved it to see Cuba again. We all loved him in Jerry Maguire. Now, he played an American footballer. So fit, so strong. Oh. Maybe tuck that in. That ball was delicious. Michael Flatley will be here talking about his farewell tour. Yes, you heard me. Farewell tour of Lord of the Dance. Now, I love the way the girls perform all that fast, intricate leg work. It's extraordinary. Mind you, you have to be careful not to overdo it. Ow. I have to say, though, is there anything more Irish than Lord of the Dance? Well... apart from a pig in a green hat pushing a pint of Guinness in a superkin trolley. Now, Lord of the Dance is so popular, it's been seen all over the world, although I have to say, this version is, I think, my favourite. It's Dancing Chimps, everybody! Hey, let's get some guests on! Later we'll be having music from Gregory Porter and Laura Mvula, plus chat with Michael Flatley. But first, can I have the bill, please? It's Bill Bailey! Ready for the dance? Ready for the dance? Sit down, dude! He's living the dream, it's Cuba Gooding Jr.! We're getting to down, Cuba Gooding Jr. And wait, there's more, it's Julianne Moore! There you go. Yeah. A few showbiz hellos.
That's right.
You know, with the red hair and that dress, you have the look of an Irish dancer.
Thank you, I tried.
It's good. It's good. And now, this is an exciting time, ladies and gentlemen, because it's BAFTA weekend. Isn't it, Bill?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
No, it's the BAFTA's on Sunday. They'll be on the telly. And obviously you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, have you won a BAFTA before?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I have a homemade BAFTA, though. The last time I was there at the BAFTAs, my daughter was really small. She was like 7, and when I didn't win, she made me a little BAFTA when I came home. Oh, I know.
Oh.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
I'll drink to that. As I can.
That was a bit of an excuse to have a drink there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anybody want to sit?
You'd be like Jesus feeding the 5,000 with this 1/2 pint of lager. So now, Bill, have you been invited to the BAFTAs?
No, not this year. I don't know why.
Any of the after parties?
No, not at all. There's a bit of a sore point, actually. So let's move on.
OK. But you host awards shows.
I've hosted a lot of awards, yes. I mean, I've hosted some film awards, music awards, sometimes less salubrious awards, shall we say. I hosted the British Supermarket Awards one year. Don't knock it, and I got a lot of, points on my card afterwards. But, yeah, and that was actually... I remember one when there was this guy... I had to present an award. It was the end of the show, and it was like a huge award, lifetime achievement in retail or something. And it was at a big hotel, big flashy do, and there was a big cannon of confetti and ticker tape and the whole thing. And this chap came up, I can't remember his name, so let's call him Brian Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Thompson. And he came up and took this huge applause at this, and he leant over to me and he goes, I am not Brian Thompson. And he goes, don't tell them. So I just said, there's just some chancer turned up. And...
Julianne, do that on Sunday night. It's not your name. Just go up. Just go up anyway. Yeah, they'll be so happy to see you.
I've made my own award.
Now, here's the thing, though. I mean, I'm sure I speak for lots of people. I assumed Julianne Moore had an Oscar already.
Aww.
But you don't.
No.
Sorry to bring you down there, but... How many haven't you won so far?
I haven't five.
You haven't won five?
I haven't won four, and this is my fifth nomination, so... over five.
I only got one nomination.
But you're one for one.
But you won.
Yeah, but I only got one nomination.
But you've never lost an Oscar.
That's
you
right.
damn right.
Never lost an Oscar.
100% record.
Yeah, that's right, 100%, see?
Yeah, whereas Julianne, what a loser.
I've been doing consistent work for so many years.
But listen, I jest, because your performance in Still Alice, which opens on the 6th of March, it's stunning.
Thank
You're
you very much.
so good in it.
Oh.
And it's not an easy film. It is an upsetting film. It's the story of a woman, Alice, and she has early onset Alzheimer's.
That's right. Yeah, she's diagnosed when she's 50 years old. She's successful in her career. She has a great marriage, wonderful children, and then suddenly this diagnosis happens. So it's pretty surprising. But it's not, I mean, we were just talking about it. It's not terribly sad. You know, I mean, it sounds like, oh, this is going to be awful. But it's really about how you live your life, not how you lose your life.
It is quite sad.
Well,
I did cry a lot.
Yeah.
But no, but what I would say is
Yeah.
it's not depressing.
Not depressing. That's right. There's sad but not depressing.
And the thing that you can't say, but I can, is I think that's down to you. Because you are, there's something about you, you're so full of grace in it. It's just, it's beautiful. You're kind of luminous throughout it. Now, it's an awful disease to go through, and you, in preparing for it, I guess you don't want to seem voyeuristic? Or
no, and I hadn't had any personal experience with the disease, which was very lucky. I'm one of the few people who hasn't had contact with anyone in my family or friends. And so I did about 4 months of research because I didn't want to represent anything on film that I hadn't actually seen. There's so many people who are dealing with this devastating
And in different ways. It's an odd disease, isn't it?
Different kind of reactions. So I went to the Alzheimer's Association. I spoke to many, many women who'd been diagnosed. I went to support groups and talked to clinicians and researchers and made some really, really wonderful friends.
We've got a clip. This is you know, and it's hard because, like I say, it is, you know, there are difficult scenes in it. It is you know, but this is you trying to explain to your daughter, played by Kristen Stewart.
The wonderful Kristen Stewart. She's so lovely.
Sort of what it's like to live with Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
What's it like? Like, what does it actually feel like?
Well, it's not always the same. You know, I have good days, bad days, and on my good days, I can, you know, almost pass for a normal person. But on my bad days, I feel like I can't find myself. I've always been so defined by my intellect, my language, my articulation, and now sometimes I can see the words hanging in front of me and I can't reach them and I don't know who I am and I don't know what I'm going to lose next.
Sounds horrible.
Thanks for asking.
You know what? A lot of the language in that speech was taken directly from the women I met in support groups. Because I would say to them, how do you feel? What do you want me to represent? And can you tell me what, you know, what does this feel like? And those were some of the things that they said, and we put them into the speech.
Now, the thing about you is you are in such a kind of wide spectrum of films.
Right.
You know, you have your serious roles, you have your funny films, your quite out there films.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere where you said when you're walking down the street, people kind of go, oh, you know immediately what movie they're going to say they like.
That's right. If it's like a college, you know, a guy in college, it's going to be Big Lebowski. If it's a middle-aged woman, it's going to be The Hours. If it's a gay man, it's Far From Heaven.
Dennis Quaid was very hot in
That's
that.
right, he was, right? Yeah.
You were in that? Oh, right.
Yeah.
I knew. Because Bill, do you get recognised in the street? Do you get mobbed when you go out? Because you're quite distinctive looking.
Yes, yes. I think so. Yes, I do. Thank you. But in different ways, because I used to, I'll explain to you guys, I used to do a pop quiz, so it was like a Never Mind the Buzzcocks, and it was like, had a very young audience. And so I could tell, you know, I walked down the street and so like a bunch of young guys would be walking, and you could tell but they had this sort of, a lot of young guys, they had this sort of strange idea about what celebrity is, you know, and how it should be. And you're supposed to have like an entourage or something, you know. Yeah. And they would see me walking there, and they go, "Are you that bloke off the TV?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "What are you doing? Walking around like normal?"
Yeah.
Yeah, what? It's like, he couldn't, why aren't you, like, you know, in a sedan chair or something? You know, hovering in some new celebrity hover booth. I mean, it was very strange. But sometimes I get very odd things. I was waiting in traffic in London, and an old lady just got into my car. She opened the door of the car and got in, and sat down, closed the door, and I said, "Oh, hello, can I help you?" She says, "Yes, could you take me to Cricklewood, please?" So I wasn't doing anything, so I did. I just took it there, what were we going to do? All right.
Cuba, I feel for you, because when people see you in the street, do you just kind of go, "Oh, God, here we go," when people see you in the street?
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the gig. It's just like, they want you to be exactly how you are, you know?
Yeah.
And if you're not, they're disappointed. It's like, "Hey, show me the money." Say it. Just say it one time. Okay, show me the money. No, man, come on. Jump up and down. Like, we're in church. You know? They'll kick us both out.
Is it true that your daughter has now started annoying you with it at home?
No, Piper?
Yeah.
No, she's... Nothing's annoying that Piper does. Aww. She's my little Shirley Temple.
Does she try to annoy you?
She tries to. Yeah, she tries. She does a little bit.
Because, Julianne, when your kids were younger, didn't they have a thing where they didn't like you acting with other children?
Well, they didn't like it if I was pregnant in a movie. You know, whenever I had to wear any kind of a prosthetic thing or a stuffed thing or something like that, my son would come up and remember poking and say, "Take that off." And I didn't even know he knew what it was, you know, but they have this sense of, and it's like, that's not right, that's not, you know, that's not me, Mommy. That's right, it's competition.
Wow, that's slightly creepy. Because how old is your son now?
He's 17 now,
oh, okay.
yeah.
And he still says...
No, he's...
Hey!
All right, yeah, no.
But now, because now he's dating.
He has a girlfriend, a very serious girlfriend.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And didn't he have the classic text?
He sure did. He sure did. The danger. No, thank goodness. Just a message. Just like I picked up my phone and it said, "Hey, can I come see my baby now?" And I was like, "Oh." And then it goes, and then he said, "Cringe." What I meant to say was, "Is that money in my account? Because I checked and I don't think it's there." So I'm like, "I'm sure it'll be in by the afternoon, baby." I know, it's pretty cute.
No, because texting is weird how everyone has that thing where it goes wrong. Now, this is mean. There's a lady in the audience. Where is Katie? There's Katie, and some friends played a kind of texting on her. So, who did this to you?
My friend Sammy.
Okay. So they got into your phone?
Yeah, so she took my phone and put an autocorrect on my phone, so she changed the words yes, yep, and yeah. And then every time I type that, it comes up as minge.
How bad...
Yeah, it's that.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. How badly did that go?
sometimes I text my dad that, my line manager, or my friends.
Oh, poor
Oh, my
Katie, poor
goodness,
Katie.
that's crazy.
But the thing is, texting isn't an exact science, and mistakes can happen. Now, here are some examples we found on the web. We like these. So, here's one. This is a dad thinking he's texting his wife. Hey, honey, did you pick up those assholes yet? Wrong person, Dad. Sorry, that was meant for your mother. Wait, what asshole? Do you mean me and my sister? Yes. Yes, I do. This is a bit similar to Katie and her minge. I think I can say that. So this is someone, so they're texting someone called Foxy Llama. Hey, I was at a party last night and someone went on my phone and changed all the names. So who is this? By the sound of it, you sound sexy. What's the name? Foxy Llama. Damn right it is. Seriously, who is this? Your grandma. I love this. I have felt like this woman. She's trying to text, and it's just auto-correcting. You know when it keeps on, you keep pressing send just as you notice that it's going wrong?
Sure.
This is a very good example of that, right? So, here we go. Great news, Grandma is a homosexual. Okay. Homo hot lips. Hot tulips. I'm getting fisted now. Frustrated. Grandma is home from hospital. This, you thought your son was cringing with his gonna come and see you, baby.
That's right.
Try this for an autocorrect cringe, right? This is genius. Are you hungry? Starving. I thought you might be. There's a huge surprise waiting for you in the kitchen. It's your favorite. Love, Mom. I hope it's your shaved pussy. OMG. OMG. Please don't read that last text. It was the worst autocorrect of my life. I meant pork. Shaved pork. I'm so sorry, Ma. Mom? Well done, all the texters. Very good. Okay.
Never come back from that one.
But, hey, here's the thing. Something else. Something we can look forward to, ladies and gentlemen, of course, is Valentine's Day. And Bill Bailey, I was going to say unexpectedly, but why unexpectedly? Bill Bailey brings us a Valentine's Day treat.
Yes, that's right. It's in the shape of a short film that I made, which was... it was a short, you know, like
Shaped like a heart.
Heart shape, made it like this, and basically it was a song that I'd written, and the song was part of my stage show. It was a love song, and I wrote it as a reaction to the sort of bland nature of a lot of pop music, where songs are sort of a little bit like, oh, you know, I'll see you on Monday, I'll text you on Tuesday, oh, you didn't see me, I can't, well, where are you? I might meet you on Wednesday, oh, never mind. You know, it's a sort of, there's a lack of passion. So I wrote this song, love song, and then the BBC said to me, will you make a short film of it? So I made a spoof music video of it with Emma Thompson.
How did that happen?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's a... Yeah, that's me on the left. Well, I've got to know Emma a little bit, and I just thought, who would be perfect for this film? And I asked her, and she said, yeah. So this is it. It's going to be shown as a series of short films on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and I don't know if the BBC have done this before, but these are special short films. They're exclusive to iPlayer, and they start showing them on Friday the 13th, so you can prepare yourself mentally and physically for Valentine's Day. And this is a little clip of Love Song.
Oh, good.
Then you came, and my life was turned upside down. You showed me the beauty of the things that I had never seen, like a snowflake that melts on the eyelash of a startled deer.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So lovely.
Beautiful, romantic. Yes!
I get to dress as a lollipop man.
Actually, the hair suited.
I know, the hair's pretty good.
Very good.
Came in handy.
Now, here's the thing, you're happily married now.
Yes.
But when you were a thrusting young buck...
Oh. I've never been called that before.
Well, now you're a thrusting buck.
Thank you.
But, yeah. But were you good on dates? Did you have, you know...
You know, I had
voice
some...
got a little high.
Yeah, we're okay. I mean, the thing is, I mean, you know, when you're on a date, for the first time, you don't know someone very well. I had one occasion when I realised that this wasn't going to work out, you know. And, you know, sometimes, you know, it might be somebody might say something like, they go, oh, I hear I've got these tickets for a band that you don't like. You know, I've got these James Blunt tickets. And you go, oh, well, maybe not. And, and the thing is, or somebody will say something, and that will put you off. And that's what happened on this date. And I went to see this girl. I'd only met her only a few days before, and she invited me to her house. And I gave her some. I brought her back. Well, you know, it was a start.
Yeah.
I brought her. Real start. Well, you know.
I think we know all we need to know about her.
It was very innocent, you know. And I brought her a bag of cookies, and
How old were you?
I don't know, 19 or something. And I said, you know, in an embarrassed 19-year-old way, I've got your cookies, you know. Or something like, I didn't say, there you go, like that. That was what I'd probably say now if I bought them from my wife. Oh, there you go. Been at the shop, got them. But these, I said to her, and she took a bite, and then she took a bite, and like that. And I just had that moment where he thought, maybe this is it. Maybe, you know, my life is going to change. This is the one. And then she said, yumbles, right? And that was it. And then my heart sank. I was like, yumbles? Really? I can't be with someone who says yumbles. You know what I mean? You know? Yumbles. Like, you know, imagine getting married, cutting the cake. Yumbles.
Yeah, post-coital.
Yeah. Oh, that was yumbles. So I left.
And now, Julianne, you've been married for some time. So
Yeah.
is Valentine's Day,
yeah.
does it go for nothing?
Yeah, well, Valentine's Day, that's next weekend, right? It's
Yes,
gonna
it
be
is.
soon. Well, you know what else it is that weekend in New York City? The NBA All-Stars weekend. You know what the NBA is?
Well, a huge reaction from our crowd. They've suddenly remembered where they need to be next weekend.
Anyway, it's the National Basketball Association. So it's a big all-star weekend. We're a big basketball family.
Right.
And so that's how I'm spending my weekend.
And Cuba Gooding Jr., I can't imagine, smooth as you are, have you ever been on a bad date? No, I have not.
You know, I was in the States. They have to show the dating game.
Yeah.
I was on there 3 times. Didn't get picked one time.
You're kidding me.
It was a nice 3 times, and of course, I run into this girl a few years back. She's like, "I meant to pick you." Yeah, bitch, you did.
Right.
You meant to pick me now. You know, I'm rich.
Dear.
Now, Cuba Gooding Jr., ladies and gentlemen, you bring us another Oscar hopeful. The movie Selma, which opens tonight. And this movie, it's such amazing reviews. It's a really kind of important slice of American history. So, so tell us about it.
That's right. Well, the march on Selma, Alabama, with Dr. Martin Luther King was observed by the world. You know, it's not like today where you have social events with media and Twitter. It was people watched, you know, 2 or 3 stations on TV, and that's all they have. So you had the entire United States watching this first initial march, and these people being bludgeoned and beaten and just attacked by the authorities in Alabama. So the movie is the events that happened during that period and afterwards, and finally the eventual march. And I play Fred Gray, the attorney who represents him to actually enable him to do the march legally. So.
And David Oyelowo obviously is amazing as Martin Luther King. But as you were saying, you play this guy who's alive. So
That's
presumably he visited the set, he was around.
No, well, if he did, I was only there for a little bit of time because my character comes in towards the end of the piece. But I never got to the opportunity.
You never met him?
Never.
Oh, I just assumed you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, because he's
I'm just that good an actor. Yeah. I do my research, Graham. You know, like, you got your cards. I don't need cards. I memorize.
You learned your lines.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it is a remarkable, and it sounds such a terrible thing, but it is an important film. It's you know, it's a story people should see. Yeah. And a terrific cast. So here is a taste of Selma.
He's got supporters. Detroit, New York, Los Angeles, inciting large-scale arrests and sympathy marches.
I'm very aware of that, Mr. Hoover. What I do know is he's nonviolent. What I need to know right now, what's Martin Luther King about to do next?
We must make a massive demonstration.
You've seen people travel across the country to attend tomorrow's march. mostly white.
I heard about the attack of innocent people. I couldn't just stand by.
Looks like an army out there.
We should, of course, mention the lovely Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
we
yes,
saw little
of
glimpses of Oprah.
Of
yesterday.
course.
And she's one of the main producers, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
I think she's the main reason why a few of these films have been received as well as they have, not just because she's been actors in them, but because she's put her money where her mouth is, and she's gotten behind it and supported it. So.
And Cuba Gooding Jr., what was going through your head then when they had the pool party at the beginning?
Why you want to bring up old shit now?
Well, because...
You want to know I took my clothes off at the pool party?
Yeah.
I took my clothes off. I'm in shape, dog. God, when you shake, you gotta let that shit fly.
I know.
I know what you're gonna say. Talk about. You got a clip? You got a clip?
We don't have a clip.
Got a clip.
We don't have a clip, but we do have a photograph. No, weirdly, not for the pool party. Because here's the thing: you could be drunk at a showbiz party.
I didn't hear about that.
No, I love it. You could be. I love it.
Oh my gosh!
You could be drunk at a showbiz. No, oh my God, you did this. This is. You were.
So we had the rap party for the show, and Oprah was there, and everybody was talking about how great it was to work with her, and we had a few drinks.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, look, there's a pool." So I jumped in it. But I didn't want my clothes to get wet.
Of course not.
No,
Cuba.
that's
Got an
not.
El Natural.
No, that's
Yes.
entirely natural thing to do.
Yes. I'm sure Oprah applauded your practicality there. Just said, yeah, very sensible decision.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
But then, listen, I just saw a whiff of abs there. They're very fine. And you obviously, you're not shy. Because, no, this is the weird one. So you were on a beach. Was this last September you were on a beach?
Oh, yeah, what had happened was we were in Paradise Cove in Malibu. And my buddy, Chris Chelios, is a hockey player. He always has a big shindig every 4th of July or Labor Day or whatever
I think it was Labor Day, yeah.
Labor Day. At one point, Bono and... who else was with it? Just a bunch of people. I just remember mainly Bono was like scurrying to get back to the house, and they were charging towards him, and that's when I went, hey. And so they turned, because they were like, they thought I was his security, but then when they saw it was me, they were like, oh, they took all these pictures of me and go, you got to go that way. And I think that's probably the photo you got.
Well, this is the picture we have.
Let's see.
Bono owes you big time.
Yeah.
I'll distract them with my bum.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, Greg.
Well, now,
You're the musical guest.
I turned to Bill Bailey because you've been in movies.
Oh, you got one too?
Yes.
I like that.
Have you been asked to disrobe?
Do you know I have? Not for a film. It was I was asked by Peter to go naked.
Oh, yeah.
The organisation, I should say, that came out a bit wrong.
Yeah. Do I know Peter?
There's some guy, you know.
Yeah.
I want you to go naked. Oh, it's about 84. Yeah.
When I finish taking this woman to Cricklewood, I'll be back.
The organisation, Peter, and it was a campaign against the fur trade, which I'm a big supporter of, Peter. So I said, yeah, of course. And then I was slightly nervous because it was a nationwide poster campaign, large, big posters by the road where people can see. And it said I'd have to be naked in this poster, and it would say that the tagline was, I'd rather go naked than wear fur, which I said, fine. And then the thought of it actually struck me, because I'm actually quite hairy. I've got a lot of body hair on me. And naked, it does look like I am actually wearing fur. So the problem, I saw a problem here of, like, people think I was a bit of a hypocrite, you know what I mean? Like, they'd be driving past, I'd rather go naked than wear fur. Then we go, well, why is he wearing a mink leotard? So I said I couldn't do it.
Right, it is time to meet my final guest tonight. His beautiful legs have been insured for $40 million, and he's quite simply the Lord of the Dance. Please welcome the one and only Michael Flatley!
Cuba, how are you? Nice to see you, my friend. You're looking down.
Bill Bailey, Michael Flatley. Sit. There you go. Now, have you met everyone beforehand?
No. Hoping to get you in the show, though.
Yeah, want to dance?
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah, the world tour featuring Julianne Moore.
Works for me.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely to see you, Michael Flatley, but you bring us tragic news. It's a farewell tour. Now, is it your farewell tour, or is it the Lord of the Dance is being packed away? What's happening?
No, just me.
Just you?
Yeah, time to go.
Why now?
Well, it's just the right time, and, you know, I love this with all my heart, but I think my body can't take it anymore. And I'm just beaten and battered, and, you know, it's a long time I've been on the road, living out of a suitcase, and now we're blessed. We have some wonderful new young talent coming up. Young James Keegan, he's a superstar dancer now, and some terrific people, so please God, they'll take over.
Now, the Lord of the Dance tour, it's going everywhere. Is it 15 countries around the world?
Yeah.
But it is coming to London, which interests me, because that's where I live, on the 13th of March. It's going to the Dominion Theatre.
Yeah.
Which is a huge
Fabulous.
space. Yeah, fabulous theatre. Yeah. And the show, because I think in people's heads, they think they know what it is, but it's a lot more than that, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what they think it is.
Tell us it's more than that.
It's more than that.
Yeah. Don't go with it's less than that.
It's more than that.
It's not as good as you think it is.
Yeah.
Let's go with it's better. Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I tell you what, to help you, this is a visual aid. Some clips of the show that we put together.
No matter what you go for in life, it's going to be tough. You're going to come up against brick walls, but you've got to find a way past it. Go over it, go under it, go around it, go through it. But find a way to the other side. If you have a dream, and you're willing to work for that dream, you can have anything in the world. Nothing is impossible.
Oh, very good. And I'm sure everyone remembers seeing, well, maybe our American friends don't, Eurovision. Was it 97?
94.
94. When Riverdance was, it's still the best interval act ever. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it is the best interval act ever. Yeah, it is. And listen, you've done all right out of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say. Because you are very rich. You must be. Who's richer than you?
My wife.
Does she dance?
She does, yeah.
With joy. No, and listen, we know you're rich because you have... No, he has... Julianne, you need an invitation. No. He's got a stately home. He's got a stately home. This is the house in Ireland. Wow. Now, and this was a wreck when you found it, Michael.
Wow. That's the house of the original President of Ireland, Douglas Hyde.
Oh, right.
And when I found that house, I fell in love with it, and I just couldn't stay away from it. And it's in County Cork on the Blackwater River. It took me over 10 years to refurb it, but I'm proud of it. It's something that I did for... Well, I did for my family, but I did for Ireland. You know, we may not live there forever, but at least I know that house has been saved now for years and years, and I'm proud of that.
Now, I met a photographer who came to take your picture in this house, and he told me a story about walking from one end to the other. Now, how long does that take?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
How long does it take to dance it? Yeah.
20 seconds. He's in, he's out. No, I was looking at this picture earlier, and I was calculating you would need a kettle here,
yes,
and here to ensure a hot cup of tea. That's what I was thinking.
We have Guinness taps in those locations.
Yeah, it's a 20-minute stagger. That's what it is. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. You come from a long line of Irish dancers before you. And what age were you when you started dancing?
I was 11.
11.
Yeah.
And does this frustrate you that people often do kind of mucky-ah Irish dancing?
You know, I don't judge anyone. Let everybody do what they want. It's all good.
Because sometimes people just pretending to Irish dance does look very like Irish dancing.
It can, yeah. You're not wrong there.
Well, now, so an experiment. If we take some people, hang on. Look at that. Don't look at me. Don't do it. You've got to. No. I'm talking, the man in the T-shirt. The man in the T-shirt. No, you're warm. Stan. Liam. Actually, what's your name?
Keith.
Are you Irish?
Yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. What's it in case?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be good at this.
Okay.
Did you learn it in school?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, that'll be fantastic. Okay, come down here, come down here. Okay.
Okay.
So if they strike, what do they, like, sort of a... Like that, if they do that.
You're doing good.
Okay, so opening position. Oh, look, she's very good. Look, leg across and everything.
Thumbs in.
Oh, thumbs in?
Yeah.
Okay, so you ready? Okay, we're just gonna a little blast of Irish dancing. Off. Wait. Go. Come on. That's not bad. It's not bad. No, I think it's mean. Look, I tell you what. Let's get more people. If some of you come out, if all of you come out. Okay, stand up. Come, step down. Everyone, step down. Okay, there you go. And if you put your right foot out like them, okay, good. Liam, and what's your name? Emer? Case. Liam and Kate. Okay, everyone ready? Take it away. Hey! Come on, Liam. Kate, come on. Come on. Kate, get in there. Come on. No, you missed it. It's coming back. There you go. Let it go. Come on, Kate. Come on. Very good. Well done, Liam. Well done, Kate. And that, of course, is the cast of Lord of the Dance. Thank you very much for coming along. Have a seat. Oh, it was good, wasn't it? It's good. It's exciting when they do it in a big group. It's great.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, before we pay this week's visit to the Big Red Chair, it is time for music. Performing the beautiful track, Water Under Bridges. Please welcome Jazz Supremo, Gregory Porter, and our very own Laura Mvula.
Somebody told me get over it. It's like water under bridges that have already burned. They say it gets better, it gets easier. The memories start to fade, and sad songs that always play you start to hate. Do you remember the days we used to spend? Memories so strong it keeps me from moving on. If I could go back, I'd take our worst days, and our worst days are better than loneliness. Somebody told me get over it. It's like water under bridges that have already burned. It's like water under bridges that have already burned.
Somebody told me get over it. It's like water under bridges that have already burned. They say it gets better, it gets easier. But who are they to say how fast or slow this pain goes? Do you remember the days we used to spend? Memory so strong it keeps me from moving on.
Keeps me from moving on there now.
If I could go back, I'd take our worst days. Even our worst days are better than loneliness.
So much better than loneliness. Somebody told me get over it. It's like water under bridges that have already burned.
It's like water under bridges
It's like water under bridges that have already burned.
Come and see us. Come on over. Hello, Lauren Bula. Oh, hi. So nice to see you. Very nice to meet you, sir. Come in and sit down. Sit down. That's Lauren, that's Bill. Can we all sit? We can all fit, right? We can all fit. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
What's up, Cuba?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, it's like a wedding reception now. No, because the end bit, you need to sit in the right order. So you're there, you're there. Cuba, you're back in there. Back in there. Laura's next. No, Bill's next.
I'll go. Okay. No, I'll go down the end.
No, hang on. No, see, look, now look what you've done.
What?
Well, there's a gap in the fucking sofa. There we go. Okay.
I'll just stand behind it.
No, don't do that either. There's room. Get in there. Get in there. Bill Bailey, get in there. There you go. Don't. Would you do that at home?
Yes.
Anyway, listen. Congratulations. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. That is off the album Liquid Spirit, the deluxe edition.
Yes.
The deluxe edition.
This is correct.
And that's out now, right?
That's out now, yes.
Beautiful. Because you knew the song already.
Oh, yeah.
You're crying.
From the days of dating.
It's absolutely gorgeous. How did you guys... Do you share a manager or something? How did this happen?
No, I fell in love with her voice and in love with her as well. But no, I fell in love with her voice.
Laura's face, what? Right, before we go, let's make this week's visit to the red chair. Who is there? Hello.
Hello, Graham.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. What's your name?
Marlene.
Marlene. And where are you from, Marlene?
South London.
Okay. And what do you do in South London, Marlene?
I've just retired, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You look too young.
Early retirement.
Of course it was. And what did you do?
I was an early years educator in a nursery school.
Oh, okay. How long did you do that for?
Oh, a long time. Nearly 30 years.
Let's call it 40. Off you go with your story, Marlene.
Well, I was working with a group of 3- and 4-year-old children when one little girl suddenly pipes up, "My mummy's name is Karen." Then all the other children start to chip in and say what their mother's names are. One little boy said nothing, so I asked him, "What's your mummy's name?" He says, "Mummy." So I said, "Well, yes, she's your mummy, but she has a name." But he didn't seem to understand. So I said to him, "What does Daddy call her?" He replied, "A fat cow."
That's a joke. That's a joke. Can we flip, Marlene? Flip, Marlene, or walk? Flip or walk? Flip, walk. Oh, she's gone. Oh, she's gone. Wow. He's out of there. Wow.
I think Marlene flipped us off.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk. While you're discussing it, I'm out of here. The guards have been distracted. Quick, over this way. Listen, if you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in the red chair, you can contact us via our website at this very address. That is it for tonight. Please thank all my guests. Mr. Gregory Porter. Lauren Bula. Mr. Bill Bailey. Cuba Gooding Jr. Julianne Moore. And Mr. Michael Flatley. Join me next week with musical guests Charlie XCX and Rita Ora, comic actor Stephen Mangan, the great Julie Walters, and the star of 50 Shades of Grey, Jamie Dornan will be here. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.